Okey, kita dah masuk ke segmen akhir ya. Soalan pada Tuan Haji Rais seterusnya. Kita bagikan sikit bayangan apa yang akan berlaku pada masa akan datang. Dan tadi sebelum kita berrehat, Tuan Haji dia mengatakan mungkin akan tiba masa untuk IPTV. Dan apakah maknanya IPTV untuk kita Astro? Ini soalan survival atau tidaknya kami ya.
See, IPTV dah mula apa ni orang kata predominant di US, di Korea. Negara-negara yang mempunyai broadband penetration, penembusan broadband yang agak bagus. Dalam erti kata lebih daripada 50%, IPTV dah mula membuat satu entrance, very big entrance. Because you need a good broadband connection and a consistent good connection for you to watch TV. Imagine you are watching the best football team in the world, Liverpool playing some other team, and then Liverpool is about to score a goal, then the connection goes down. You know, you punya marah kan. So that's why the important thing is that you have to have a good broadband connection. Now, I remember Datuk Sri Dr. Zamri Abdul Kadir, the Menteri Besar Perak, about 3 years ago, he was telling, Rais, we have to create a broadband community in Malaysia. I said, boss, we can create the broadband connectivity, but there's a lot of factors that need. But then he took a bold step. Orang macam Datuk Sri Dr. Zamri ini, he took a very bold step. What is the bold step? We want to create a wireless Perak. So immediately he said, let's do the wireless Perak. Sekarang ni, if you go to Ipoh, the entire Ipoh city is ada broadband. So in the case of IPTV, when you go to Ipoh, you flip open your laptop, you can access from anywhere, from the kedai kopi to kedai nasi kandar, mana-mana boleh. So what I am trying to tell you is that
find a new job.
No, Astro has time. Astro has time because Telekom Malaysia has beginning to roll out dia punya fiber to home, which I think will be used predominantly, and some wireless initiative is being done by Telekom Malaysia as well. So once they know the infrastructure is ready, at least about 50%, I think IPTV will become big.
Itu maknanya dia akan memberi cabaran kepada Astro, maknanya kalau 50%
ke atas. And my question will be, why do Astro have to wait until it's 50% above? Now it is hovering about 20%. Some people say 8%, some people say 20%, some people say 30%. Let's take 20%. It's hovering 20%, so 30% to go. So why Astro have to wait? Astro doesn't have to wait for IPTV. In fact, as we speak, Bernama TV is on IP. I was in New York speaking at their Web 2.0 New York conference. So I wanted to know what is happening in Malaysia. I log on to Bernama TV. It's on IP. So imagine your consumer base suddenly is not only Malaysia, bukan saja di Malaysia, merata dunia. So I think your biggest competition for any cable operator, any bersifat subscription ni, will be IPTV.
Tapi dia tidak perlu zero sum game, maknanya tidak perlu dilihat sebagai IPTV itu kalaulah Astro mengambil IPTV, dia tidak it's not cannibalizing one another, dan dia tidak perlu zero sum game. Dia harus
there should be a cost benefit analysis and a revenue analysis. Bagi at the end of the day, technology will come. You cannot stop technology. If you do not embrace them, you will be kicked out. So we don't want that, right? So what we have to do is that kita evaluate carefully. Adakah teknologi ini dapat membantu menyampaikan our objective? And I believe if you must take the IPTV route as service available in addition to the cable TV. So it has to exist and coexist. I believe Telekom Malaysia already, even they are going to the English Premier League to try to buy over the rights. If that Astro loses, there's a big thing. So you know, so these are the things that you know that they are in plan. So it's also good for the consumer. You know why? Competition. Competition means better channel, better quality, lower price. So I think at the end of the day, everybody will benefit. But I still hope that the government, kerajaan akan mengambil berat and try to re-energize MCMC supaya diberi segala kekuatan regulator supaya dia dapat memberi satu level playing field in the telecom market. Sebab today our content creative content players, they are very small. So bila they are small, I'm not talking about Astro and all that, there are many other players in the market, and they need support, they need help, they need equitable treatment. So bila dia creative content ni dia pergi nak jual kepada Maxis atau whichever carrier, when or DG, when the revenue share comes, they lose out because the carriers know you have to depend on me. I don't have to depend on you. And again, dari segi telekomunikasi pun saya harap kita MCMC akan play a better role, a bigger role dalam mentadbir urus regulatory environment di Malaysia.
Siapa sepatutnya kita bila kita cakap pasal benchmarking, siapa kita
Korea Selatan.
Jangan selain kita tu ialah Korea Selatan ni dia terlampau advance sangat-sangat lah kan. Dia yang lebih orang kata apa? Sesuai kalau kita
Korea Selatan, I always quote Korea Selatan sebab memang they had the step taken as what we are taking. Dia ada blueprint dia, kita pun ada blueprint dia from their blueprint. Cukup cantik, cukup canggih, tapi implementation kurang kan. Satu. Nombor dua, down south in Singapura pun, walaupun dia kata Singapura kecil, Singapura itu, Singapura ini, tapi kalau kita fikir balik, mengapa Singapura boleh jadi hub untuk telekom? Dia ada landing rights, cable landing rights into Singapore kan, and then dia liberalize, and then the infrastructure is owned by one, and all the other players take from them. Harga yang saksama. So tak adalah isu mana macam in Malaysia, Telekom Malaysia merupakan service provider dan also backhaul provider. So you compete in the service provider, and you also compete the backhaul provider. And when you want to sell, bila Telekom Malaysia want to sell, dia merupakan ada advantage dia. Astro or Maxis or anybody will not have advantage because you, at the end of the day, you go to Telekom Malaysia and Telekom Malaysia will charge according to what they want to charge. So that's why I think first thing that they need to do is provide the teeth to MCMC supaya MCMC akan mentadbir urus secara saksama and implement policies and semua tu yang boleh encourage competition, encourage creative content, encourage more players in the market, and then go regional. So kalau tidak, I think it'll be didominasi oleh satu dua, and that's the sad story that we are in. So let's compare us Korea Selatan. Korea Selatan ni tak berapa canggih sangat. Dia population dia lebih banyak daripada kita. Dia punya land base is lebih kurang. In fact, we are smaller than them. So we can do it. Whether there's a political will. I think when Datuk Shaziman, when the ex-communication minister said that we are providing the subsidi 2.4 bilion ringgit untuk FTTH, fiber to home, untuk Telekom Malaysia. And kalau sesiapa nak buat, you buat sendirilah, ambil lesen, you buat sendirilah. I mean, it's not easy to say buat sendirilah kan, because the thing is, it's billions of dollars. Why not you open tender? Macam di India, Red Snapper, kita buat satu broadbanding 10 cities across India, and one city population is equivalent to Malaysia's population, so 20 juta, 27 juta. Our cost in providing the broadband di India is much cheaper than what is being in Malaysia. Padahal di India semuanya mahal, semuanya mahal. Dia punya human resources mahal, bukan macam dulu. I have to send Malaysian engineers to India to do it. So the thing is, why no open tender for the ni? So these are the things that we have to think about lah.
Okey, terima kasih Tuan Haji kerana sudi hadir dan berbincang tentang isu ini bersama kita. Kepada anda yang menonton, apa pandangan anda? Sila hantar email kepada kami. Alamat email kami tertera di kaca TV anda. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum. Kita jumpa lagi malam esok.